Today I'm joined with three special guests. Introduce yourself from my right.
Gabrielle Christine.
Okay.
My name is Echo Sullivan.
I'm Sarah Wenzel.
Okay. And then also give us your occupation, age, and fun fact.
Occupation, age, and fun fact. Occupation. I'm a creative writer. Age. A lady never tells her age, but whatever.
Okay.
I'm 30.
Don't disclose. Okay.
I'm 30. I don't give a fuck. And fun fact. I can make 3 rings with my tongue. That's really inappropriate.
I don't even know what that means. Oh, gotcha. Well, show it to the camera. Oh, okay. Echo.
I am in marketing. I am 22. Fun fact,
Uh-huh.
I am new to Atlanta. I just moved here 3 months ago.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, that's dope.
Where'd you move from?
Orange Beach, Alabama.
Ooh.
Alabama. Okay.
I just graduated from Emory. I'm 24. I'm about to start med school, so
Okay.
well,
Okay.
a little stressful.
Yeah.
But yeah, and fun fact. Damn, I don't know. I listen to a lot of death metal.
What is that? I don't even know what that is.
I like
She likes
Norwegian
aggressive.
black metal.
Okay.
Just a little. I don't know.
Okay. Little edge side. I get it.
Death metal.
We got our first super chat. Yeet. Oh man, here we go. Yeet's in the building. He says,
Shout out to Yeet.
None of y'all are safe from Yeet with an eye emoji." Thank you, Yeet. I really appreciate that super chat. Let's get some icebreakers, some questions, and I'm going to start from the my right. Would you date someone who dated your friend?
Would I date someone that dated my friend?
Mm-hmm. Why are you looking at me like that?
Because friend is contextual. So, like, are we
Gotcha.
talking about, like, actual friends, like we hang out, talk all the time? Or
Uh-huh.
are we talking about, like, I see you out?
You talk all the time.
No, I wouldn't. Of course not.
Okay. Even if, let's say, they dated and then later down the road they got married, they happy, having kids, but you obviously, find them attractive, you wouldn't give it a try?
No.
Okay.
Same question.
Same exact question.
I say no. I feel like if it's like your
And can you
close
talk to the
friend-
microphone for me, please?
I feel like if it's like your close friend, you already know so much about that relationship that you can't go in there with an open mind.
Okay.
You're going to be judgy towards it.
Okay. Gotcha. So you already know some facts, so you don't want to even cross that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I have strong opinions about that, but yeah, I mean, I really think, like, if you respect your friend, like, you don't go there, because I feel like even if they like were to say that it was cool, I mean, I think there's always going to be some sort of like tension there.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like, I don't know, if you respect your friend, you don't really do that.
Okay. So even if, again, they are married, they live in their life, and you two went to the club one day, you met each other at the club one day and sparked it off, you still wouldn't go past that?
Not if I'm still like in contact with that friend and like really good friends with them. I mean, if for some reason that relationship had broken off in the past, then like maybe, but
What? Go
I
ahead.
feel like that, like, speaks to how weird and shady you are as a girl. Like, even seeing that person out, like, to me, you're always friend zoned because you were with my girl.
Okay.
Like, you're forever friend zoned.
Okay.
So for me to be open to, like, looking at you like that is weird for me to do.
Okay. Got you. Now, let's just jump into the friend zone thing. So for you personally, you do have guys that you put in the friend zone.
Absolutely.
Okay. And what is one way or one way a guy can get out of the friend zone?
A guy can get out of the friend zone?
Of
I don't
course.
know. I think that's assessed, like, off of rip.
Oh, so no guy has ever gotten out of the friend zone.
Not for me.
Okay.
Like, well, yeah, I guess.
Okay. Exactly. Yeah.
I guess they've gotten out of the friend zone, but that was more of like a, all right, I've known you for a long time. All right, let's try.
Yeah.
It's not like, I've been looking at you.
Yeah.
You're looking real, like, no, never that.
Okay.
I feel like they're friend zoned until you both have like, feelings for each other.
Okay. Okay, hold on now. Let's break this down. So automatically the guy probably gonna want you, right? And you just putting him in the friend zone. So he technically already has feelings for you.
Yeah, so like,
Okay.
but if I got feelings for that person too,
Uh-huh.
and I felt like it was like good, like I could see a relationship, like
Uh-huh.
a healthy relationship, then maybe go for it. But until then, they're friend zone.
And no guy has ever gotten out the friend zone. And if so, how?
With me, no.
Wow. Once
But
you're in there, you in there, fellas.
I feel like unless I have feelings for him, then they're friend zone for good.
Damn. All right.
I don't know. I feel like, yeah, I've definitely put several men in the friend zone.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I think a lot of them have a hard time accepting that. And so it's like, they can't take no for no. And it's like years and years of like them
Trying
fawning after you.
forever.
And it's like, damn, like, why can't we just be friends? Like, you know, it kind of sucks in that regard. Has anybody ever gotten out of the friend zone? Yes.
And how?
I think like, I don't know, maybe you hadn't like hung out in a while and then you know, you end up hanging out and it's like, it feels different at that point. Like maybe you two are different people at that point or something. And like you like used to be like good friends, like homies. And then it's been years, you hang out again and it's like, damn, like you're kind of, I don't know, you know? I don't
And
know,
that's actually the only way is to remove yourself for a little bit and then upgrade and then come back.
yeah, I don't think you can be like in the friend zone and all of a sudden it just, you know.
100%. All right, we got another super chat. Hold on. Yeats in the building. It's a waste of time for men to be friends with women. What are your thoughts on that?
To men be friends with women.
Yeats in the super chat. He says it's a waste of time for men to be friends with women. Thank you for the super chat, though, by the way.
What do you mean by waste of time, though? Because, like, are we saying, like, all of the females that I'm friends with, I want to fuck?
Waste of time in essence of majority of time. Okay, let me just ask you straight up. What do you give a guy that you are friends with? Like, what do you bring to the table to that relationship?
A listening ear if you want it to be that type of relationship. But most of my guy relationships are just like we kicking shit, we hanging out, you know,
Okay.
smoking. Like it's nothing like serious, no deep conversations. I don't have guys that I call that I don't fuck. Like, and I just sit on the phone with you and talk about your life. I don't have guy friends like that. So that's why I'm asking, what does he mean by waste of time? Is it like
Yeah. So that's what I was trying to get at. So let me continue down the line. So for you, what do you bring to the table when you are friends with just guys, if you have guy friends?
That's what I was thinking. Like advice, maybe, like, you know, from a women's point of view.
Okay.
I feel like that's it. I mean, there's no sex there or anything like that, so that's off the table. So I feel like it's literally just being friends.
Okay.
Like guys being friends with each other.
I'm a wingman. I'm really good at that shit. I got your back.
Okay. I'm just getting y'all perspective first before I, interject.
I mean, like, I definitely have, like, really great guy friends who, like, I can confide in. I mean, maybe I'm just, like, lucky in that regard. Like, my group of friends, like, coming from college, like, we were all, like, really close-knit. Like, we can, tell each other, like, shit that we're going through, give each other advice on it. And it just feels like the same way that I would with, like, my girlfriends, except, like, it's like a dude, so it's a little bit different. But, yeah, I mean, I don't know. My friendships with a lot of my guys are no different than my friendships with girls. And, I really like cherish those friendships and their insight and, that feedback that we can give each other that like maybe somebody of the same sex can't give you.
Okay. And you feel that guys and girls can be just friends platonically? There we go. Let's talk to him.
Exactly. I'm like, wait a minute. These
Hold on.
Yeah, like to an extent, but it's like I do think that maybe inherently like there is like something else there, but I think that you can keep it from crossing that line.
Of course.
And like you can respect each other and understand that you're just friends, and like maybe that's more valuable than crossing that line, because when that line is crossed, I don't think you can go back. And so I think it's good to look at that person as themselves and try to keep that whole other shit out of there.
Okay. Let me ask you a question. So you friends with a guy. You have been great friends. He's been the best friend ever. But he just he's down on his luck and he just needs some loving. And he comes to you and says, "Hey, I need some loving, etc." Would you be open to that or you wouldn't?
I don't really think so, no, because
First of all, he's not going to say it like that.
Of course. Yeah.
Like, I don't know, how would he say? They probably just like, I don't think they would
They
say
would
it like
come
that.
over and want to have the same conversations that you guys always have. It's just like a heart to heart. And then he's going to want to just stay. He's going to just stay all night and never go home. And then you're going to be like, getting ready for bed, and then he's like, all right, well, and then he's going to continue the conversation in the bedroom, and then he's going to sit on the bed. Like, it's going to be all passive, and then eventually y'all are cuddling.
I mean, you know, I've actually had that happen to me before, except that I had to literally say, like, you need to leave.
Ooh,
Oh, wow.
See?
Because, I mean, I'm like, you know, like, yeah, like, love you.
Uh-huh.
But, like, no, like, you,
Got
I
you.
mean, like, goodbye.
No.
I'm trying to, like, do my face mask. I, like, no, goodbye. My lashes are coming off. Like, all of that, you know?
Uh-huh.
So, you know,
Okay.
Yeah, I think no, definitely not.
Okay.
Like, they can look elsewhere.
Okay, let me catch up with these super chats really quickly. All right, he sends another super chat. He says you use guy friends as rebounds. And then he says one more super chat. Dang, guy friends are waiting for the opportunity to clap cheeks. What are your guys' opinion on that?
Well, that goes back to her thinking that, like, do you think that things can always just be friends? Is that what we settled on?
I think it can if you guys like respect each other and you have a mutual understanding. Yeah.
But we've had conversations, and I feel like men are always waiting
Yeah, yes.
for
Facts.
that opportunity.
but
It's
I think-
never just friends.
I think that they can always be waiting, and I think that that can suck for them, but like they can still keep it platonic. Like,
Fellas.
I mean,
But
you know,
Fellas,
But
hold on.
then-
Fellas, listen to this. Listen. Okay, so you would, in essence, let your friends suffer rather than you would rather them be honest, or you rather them keep it on the low of being respectful.
well, there's like other women out there that I'm sure like could meet their needs or like be a better match for them. And like, why, like, I don't care if they're suffering really, like, because like I appreciate the friendship, and like if they want to put themselves in that place and make themselves suffer, yeah, or you can get over it, realize that I'm not an option, I'm off the table, and like let's just continue our friendship.
Talk to her. Okay, what are your thoughts?
I feel like they can't be upset if they. I mean, we're gonna let them know that they're in the friend zone, so they can't wait and hope something's gonna happen and then get upset that it's not gonna happen. They know that going in.
Okay,
Even
so
though they might want something to happen, you can't be upset about it, and you can't like. They already know if you set your boundaries.
okay, so question: are you always like honest with these guys that are friend zoned, or are you just like, oh no, not today, I don't want to hang out today, oh no, I don't want to see you this, like you like let them down easy, or you just let them know directly?
I let them know directly. I mean, I'm not gonna string them along and make them feel like something's gonna happen just to stay friends with them.
Yeah.
If they want to leave and not be friends, we don't have to be friends.
Okay, I respect that.
But I let them know up front.
Okay.
I think I just don't make myself accessible like that. Like if I don't see you in that type of light, then I'm not gonna spend that type of time with you. And I feel like when you're around guys constantly, and trying to do this friend thing, like, oh, let's go hang out, oh, let's go get lunch. Like, no, it's eventually going to like,
Go somewhere.
yeah.
Okay, and then last. Final
Yeah,
thoughts.
I think like from experience, like yeah, I've like messed up and like hung out one-on-one with a guy friend and then realized that that's what they thought that it was leading to. And
Yeah.
so I think like I've kind of learned from experience like to not do that kind of thing, because I don't want to lead my friend like I don't want them to suffer, and I don't want them to feel bad about it, but you know, so I try to keep it from going there, and if I need to talk to them about it, then I will, you know.
Okay. Next question. This is funny. All right. Can you cheat and still love the person you're with?
1,000%.
Do you say yes?
Yes.
Okay.
I say no.
You say no.
Shit.
I say no. I
Okay.
mean,
Yeah. Explain. Go ahead.
from my experience, I just feel like if you actually love someone and that you're in love with them, then cheating isn't even an option. If you don't love them all the way, then, you know, I just feel like there's like you might love them, but not actually like love them if you're gonna cheat.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like with like actual like love that you know includes respect, and you know if you cheat on somebody, you clearly don't respect them. But I think that you can be infatuated with somebody and cheat on them. But I don't. Infatuation is not the same thing as love, and unfortunately, like a lot of relationships are just infatuation. Then you end up cheating on that person. And, you know,
Ooh,
things
I
don't
like
define-
that. Wait, go ahead. What?
So I feel like if we put this in real time, I feel like
Okay.
we tend to get like carried away with people, and we'll get into a relationship without fully being upfront about who we are as people. And then sometimes that's how cheating happens. And that's not necessarily to mean that I don't love you, but maybe I need more than what I have communicated. And yes, that's immature, but that doesn't mean that I love you less or that I don't love you.
Okay, when you say more, you mean more emotional? You mean more support? You
just
mean more
like,
sexually?
Yeah, just more sexually. Maybe like me, like I'm bisexual. So maybe when we're first getting to know each other, I'm not really letting you know that like either as a man or as a woman that I'm with, I'm not letting you know that I need that other sex. Like, and I'm not letting you know that I like actually need it. Like you think it's a game and it's oh, no, like I really need that. So there'll be times that I have gone to go fulfill that, but I still love the shit out of you.
Gotcha.
Like, got nothing to do with nothing.
All right, what are your thoughts?
I mean,
Because y'all two are definitely exposing.
I know, I just feel like, yeah, you can still, you still love them, but it's not like, I feel like if you're like really in love with someone, then it's, I guess not. I don't think it's an option.
I think I would tell you.
Yeah.
I would absolutely, like, the next time we hang out or the next time whatever, I would tell you.
Yeah.
But like, if we're just not at that place, like obviously if we've been together for like a year, 2 years, then yeah, you should know that like I need that or whatever. But if it's maybe 3 months and we're in love and we're on that cloud 9 honeymoon phase, you might not understand that I need that. And then I'm scared to maybe tell you. And so I'm out one night and some shit happens. Like,
Whoa.
I'm going to feel bad maybe, but then I'm going to call you and let you know. Because especially if it's like...
Yeah, if you call someone, let me know.
If it's
Yeah.
early on in the relationship, mess ups are supposed to happen so you guys can understand each other and like...
I agree with that part, but I disagree with some of the extreme mess ups.
What do you mean?
So yes, you will
I don't
test.
mean fucking. Like,
Okay.
fucking like... I love this motherfucker and I'm over here fucking you. Like,
Yeah,
but
okay.
like flirting, maybe playing with you.
Oh,
Maybe
got you.
like,
Then
you
yeah.
know,
Okay, yeah. You don't
But-
know boundaries until you cross them, and then y'all have a discussion
Right.
about it. Okay, got you. I agree with that. I want to go around and say, what do you bring to the table? Yes, I'm trying to transition into the Kevin Samuels and Dr. Umar topic of today. So what do you bring
I
to the
don't know.
table?
You know, that's a really funny question. I had a feeling that you were gonna ask that stupid ass question today, but I don't know what I do know what I feel like I bring to the table. I just feel like people have to experience me to understand that. But I feel like I bring a certain grounding. I feel like I bring a certain spirituality. I feel like I bring a certain creative, just like colors to people's lives. And it's just a certain level of like excitement and zest and whatever. But my grounding stuff, I think, is like what makes me cool.
Okay. What do you feel you bring to the table?
I don't know how to top that. I don't know. I have an open mind to things, and I am open to learning more about a situation
Okay.
than just basing my opinions on what little I know.
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay. So you would say your most thing that you bring to the table is understanding.
Yeah.
Okay,
Like
to
I
put it in
can
a nutshell.
understand both sides of something and then base my opinions off of that. I'm
So
not gonna
patience.
Yeah.
Okay.
Super patient.
What do you bring to the table?
I don't know. I think like I'm not to be conceited, but like I'm an interesting one. Like I went through a lot of shit like at an early age, and so like lost both of my parents when I was a kid. You know, and so I think that made me grow a lot, and I value things like so much to the point where like I see like beauty in like little things, and so when I like meet somebody, like I want to know you, like I want to like cherish every part of you, like because like that, like life is so precious and short. Like I think that's the one thing that like some people like don't understand these like little things that matter.
Okay. So the appreciation of life, if I was to put it in a summary.
Yeah, and like spending that time with like spending your time with that
Like
person.
you
like,
really want to get to know who they are.
I don't want to sit
and
there
their
on
core.
our phone. Like that's not spending time. Like I want to do things with you. I want to get to know you. Like
Yeah.
Okay. Got you. Now we got some super chats, then we can get back. Oh guys, we got a lot. Yee sends a super chat. He says, "Thank you Yee, for the super chat. I appreciate it." He says, "Women cannot sleep around like men. Men can separate sex from emotion. Women cannot. If a woman is able to do that, she is for the streets." What are your thoughts on that? No thoughts. All right, they silent. All right. No, go ahead.
So it's
I'm trying to wait for them to
separate. I feel like, well, I mean, like, what do you mean by that? Because like I'm a neuroscience major, and I know that that's not true.
Okay, what do you mean? Break it down.
I mean,
talk your shit, Emery.
I mean, like, you can't.
Break it down. Let me hear it.
Like, what do you mean you can't separate your emotions from something? Like, you absolutely can, because you can look at like brain scans of white matter tracks. You can separate those things. And you know, like, yeah, I think that women, you know, seem more insightful and are more like prone to like connecting those things, because like literally like men will think like one way, women are like, you know, it's all like cohesive. But I think actually I've seen a lot of men have trouble with that.
Have trouble with what exactly?
Separating emotions from all of that.
When they dip
Emotions from sex?
Yeah.
Wow. Who? Like, what? Describe these men for me, please.
Okay. They'll be like very into me, like I'm into them, whatever, and like we make it very clear that it's just this, like that.
Yeah,
There's no,
got it,
I'm
yeah.
not trying to like, you know, like it's not that I don't like them, but you know, I'm like maybe I'm not at that point in my life. Make that very clear, and they say that they understand, and then it happens, and then they can't, like they, you know, they're capping the whole time. They're like, oh yeah, like it's fine, but then really they're like falling for you, and then it becomes a big deal, and then you know, like you guys have to go through like a messy like thing, because you don't want to hurt that person anymore. So you're like, okay, I got to separate myself, I got to step back, but you know.
Tell me you got good without telling me you got good. All right. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that. House of Mate. Oh, I didn't hear your thoughts actually, Echo.
I think it just depends on the person.
Okay. What do you mean?
I think that it depends on their personality. So, I mean, some women can, and some women can't. Like she said, some men can't, some men can. I guess it just depends on the person.
I would definitely wholeheartedly disagree. I would say for the majority of men, we definitely can. And for majority of women, you definitely can't. Women, they have a much more, list of requirements for you to even have sex or even spend time, etc. So by the time
already invested.
Yeah, so you already invested. For as a guy, I mean, if you go downstairs and go to the club, you can fucking bathroom and never talk to him again type of shit. Okay. But yeah. Let's see. House of Matrix. He says the middle girl capping. Shout out Gabrielle, a real one. Gabrielle.
I don't even know what that means.
Oh, you don't know what capping means?
No.
Okay, so capping just means you lying.
Lying.
Yes.
Oh.
You bullshitting. Why you bullshit?
So all you gotta do is just, if someone says you capping, just think, oh, I'm lying. You know, that's all it means.
Well, I'm not lying.
Or you might get like the blue hat emoji. Yeah. That's what.
Okay.
That's the same thing. It's
How
capping.
did I not know that?
I didn't know that too, like 6 months ago.
The more you know.
The more you know. All right. Yeet sends a super chat. He says spirituality equals community bicycle. I think he's taking shots at you.
What does that even mean? You know what? Whatever. I'm not like a hippie spirituality. Like, I mean, like for real grounding, like respecting the planet, realm, whatever that we live in. Like, relax.
Got you. They going in on you, I believe. All right. Josh sends a super chat. He said, and we just reached over 100. Thank you guys for watching. Hit that like button on the way in. Josh says, bro, let's be real. We don't give a damn about your science degree. Fact is, women and men are different, and women cannot do what men can do. All right.
What type of generalized argument is that?
Like, obviously,
like, what?
I just, like, yeah, men and women are different, like, obviously. But, I mean, I don't care if you don't care about my science degree, but, I mean, I think that gives me a bit more credibility. And like, yeah, like I've looked at a lot of studies, and like end of the day, like I'm going to be a doctor. And I realize that men and women do have differences. It's like, it's there, you can see it. But at the end of the day, all humans are emotional beings. Like that's how we become, like we're social beings. We rely on each other, and you're lying if you think that nobody relies on emotions like that.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
That is. But I would definitely say guys' emotions are a little bit less.
I agree.
So for you personally, being in like the science world, does that affect your relationships at all?
It can. I mean, it depends on the kind of person I'm in a relationship. Like the last person that I was in like a long relationship with, I like genuinely like loved this person, like really cared about him, but at the end of the day, like I think I see things too analytically, and he was a lot more spiritual than I, or like really liked like astrology and all of that, whereas like I like evidence-based things. So we would have disagreements on that, or he'd be like, oh, you're such a Scorpio, and I'd be like, shut up. Like, you know. And I think at the end of the day, like I didn't think it was going to be a big deal, but it kind of was. And you know,
that's why
we were too different at that point.
That's why I asked that. So for you guys, and I'm gonna go down the list again. So we talked about what you bring to the table. What do you think guys want you to bring to the table? Starting with you.
What does a guy want me to bring to the table?
Or what does a guy want, basically? Do you know what men want?
A baby that listens. What's that song?
I don't even know that song you're talking
A baby
about.
that listens. Yeah, like I feel like guys want to be the king of their kingdom, and whatever that feels like, whether that's like waiting on them, you know, not hand and foot, but I feel like guys do want to be catered to. They want to feel, you know, that they're out there in the world working for something. Yeah, and I don't know. Apparently, they expect sex a certain amount of times a week, and I don't know. I don't.
Okay.
I don't know. Guys are weird. You guys are weird little motherfuckers.
All right, Echo. Let's go.
I think they want someone who just matches their, I don't even know the word, like how much sex you want, stuff like that.
Okay.
See?
They want it to, you know, you have to be on the same level with that.
Okay.
That's what I feel.
What else do guys want you to bring to the table?
Fuck, I don't know.
They want you to
This
be
is
their
sad.
mom.
This is sad. This is 2020.
They want you to be their moms. They want you to be their freaking first loves. And what else do they want?
Y'all missing key things, but I'm gonna do it once I get everyone's.
What do they expect?
Not, I wouldn't say expect, but what do they want from a woman?
Something that might not be like actually like tangible. Like I feel like a
Yeah,
lot of
of course.
media has a lot to do with like, you know, what men think that women can be.
1,000%.
But you know, I do agree that yeah, you gotta like match each other's like sex drives and energy. Really, like if somebody, you know, I think that's a huge thing. Like if somebody's always like upbeat and you're more laid back, it might not work. I mean, it could work out. It really just depends. And I think they also do look for a lot of support. But you
A lot
know,
of support.
I think. Because I think men don't get a lot of emotional support,
Yeah.
and I think that's sad, and so I think that that's a huge thing that I've noticed in my serious relationships is like that's something that they really value and they need.
Yes.
Everybody needs that. So
Okay. Peace.
They
That's
want a
one.
baby who listens.
Peace. Submissiveness.
Listen.
Y'all didn't even say none of that.
I said a baby who listens.
Okay, got
These
you.
are all that. Yes,
Okay,
go ahead.
okay, got
Keep
you.
going.
Peace, submissiveness, for fertility and fitness. That's it.
Fertility.
Fertility.
That's not really fair because, I mean, shout out to Emery again. Like, that's kind of out of our control. So that's not very nice.
yeah,
Well, our height is out of our control, but you wouldn't date someone who's 5'1".
I've
What in
dated
the
shorter men.
fuck?
I'm very tall. I've dated shorter men because at some point I just gotta accept like I'm fucking tall and like I can't. Sometimes like you know if I value the personality over height. I mean it's a plus, like definitely a plus.
Yeah.
But you know.
I'm
Okay.
just too aggressive to date somebody short.
Exactly. Would you date someone shorter than you?
I'm already only.
That means no.
Tiny over here. She's tiny as fuck.
Okay, and then for you, how much shorter were they compared to you?
I mean, like an inch, but because
Exactly.
I like to wear my heels and shit, but you know.
Yeah. As I thought. So,
Period. And you should.
all right, we got some super chats, and then we can get more closer to our topic. Yeet sends another super chat. Thank you, Yeet. I appreciate it. Oh, it's gonna be a long night. He says, "How many babies
I
can you
saw
have?"
that
Question
earlier.
mark. How many can a man have? Question mark. You are biologically wired to choose one best possible mate. Before I go further, what are your thoughts on that? Before I even go further, we can actually start with Miss Science.
Slightly true, slightly not true, right? So you can't say like how many babies can you have, how many babies can, or how many can men have, because like that depends on your fertility. Like also like women can only push something out like every 9 months, if that. Like you gotta have like a little break. You
That's
can't just-
true. And
so-
men can just.
Wait, hold on.
But and we only have a limited. We're born with the total amount of eggs that you're gonna have in your whole life.
Okay.
And then yeah, like women are more wired to choose like one best possible mate technically, but it's not really like that flat. But yeah, like that's why women get more jealous over men forming like an emotional connection,
Of course, because of resources.
or sexual connections, whereas like men tend to get more jealous over a woman having that connection with a man because that's their possible mate, and once they're taken, that's 9 months just gone if they're not available anymore, and that's why the jealousy differences are there. But I mean, that's a loaded question. I can't really fucking answer that.
Overall, what he's saying is men are here to reproduce with as many women as possible. Women are here to get the most quality man that they can possibly get. All right, second part of that question. Men biologically sleep with as many. Yeah, I just actually said that. That's crazy. And you're wrong, lady, on the left. So I'm guessing, yeah, you would be the left. All right, let's continue on. House of Matrix, 9 out of 10 doctors say you for the streets. I don't know who you're talking about. So if you guys say anything, just make sure you guys put who are you speaking of and give us some context on what you mean, because that doesn't make any sense. All right, so we already asked you about the high value. What makes a man high value for you personally?
I like go-getters. Excuse me. Yeah, I like go-getters. High value. At this age, yes, I feel like you should have your own home. You shouldn't be like having a roommate or anything like that.
Okay.
You know, your own car, your own way of transportation. Yeah, like I don't know, high value.
Yeah, so think of the average guy. I
For
don't know.
me, when you say high value, I'm thinking of like guys that I'm attracted to and that I would give the time of day to.
Okay, got you.
Because I view them as high value in whatever avenue that is, whatever lane that is, or whatever.
Got you. Okay, got you. And then those characteristics is what you just explained.
Yeah, like
Okay.
I really just need the minimum, as well as being emotionally balanced. That's high value to me. Yeah, and
So what about, does money matter? Meaning like he can make, I don't know, $50,000 a year. He's a
no,
manager at
that's not
McDonald's.
okay, no.
Okay. So
So okay, high value maybe is
basically we're just trying to
85,
quantize. Okay.
Yeah, 75, 85.
Mm-hmm.
That's reasonable, I feel like, and as much as I bring to the table as well, so together is decent. Yeah, I don't feel like I ask for a lot, so
Okay.
that's just me.
Okay. What do you feel as a high value man?
Somebody who has their life together
Okay.
and someone who's interesting.
Okay. Well, what do you mean when you say life together, and what do you mean when you say
Life
interesting?
together, so like stable jobs, stable income, not like bouncing around
Mm-hmm.
basically like every few months. Transportation. Someone
Yeah.
who can take care of themselves and not have to have
Financially
you.
stable. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then someone who's interesting and not a dud, I guess.
Okay. Not a dud. Okay. Okay. So
Snoozeville.
not a dud and being financially stable is a high value man for you personally.
Yeah, and it's not based on like how much money they make,
Okay.
as long as they are able to support themselves
Okay.
and won't ever need my help.
Okay.
Because
like
I can support myself.
So some people can support themselves in a roach-infested house.
I was just about to say that.
Oh.
But then that goes back to the whole having their life together.
Uh-huh. Gotcha.
Okay, all
I
right.
feel like
all
you
right,
don't
yeah.
if you have a roach infested house.
Got you. Okay, got you. That makes sense. For you.
Oh damn, I don't know. I think like if I'm being real, yeah, like
Yeah,
you
be
gotta
real.
be like independent and like you don't need to rely on your partner for anything really like financially. And some like I don't know, I think it's like rarer for me to find a guy that like actually like values you as a person and doesn't just see the exterior. Like that's I feel like
Yeah.
that's rarer. And
That's
so like
very
you
rare.
know, I think it's attractive when like and, it seems like a guy like actually values like some real shit
Yeah.
rather than
Other than your looks.
yeah.
Sure.
Okay. So basically a high value male for you personally is someone who looks at you personally, not just your looks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, got you. We got some super chats to catch up on. Max Joseph says, here for the support. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Yee says, you want a high value man, top 10 to 20%. You will have to share. You want monogamy, get an average dude. What are your thoughts on that? Y'all probably have some strong thoughts on
Wait,
that
I was
one.
reading the wrong thing. Can you read it again?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
You want a high value man, top 10 to 20% in quotation marks. You will have to share. You want monogamy, get an average dude. What are your thoughts?
Ooh, I agree
Yeah.
with that, actually, just based off of my experience. So,
So you ain't shit to say. Okay.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
very accurate.
Talk to him. Okay, gotcha. Go ahead, Echo.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I guess I agree. I mean, honestly.
All right.
Only because if he's really, I don't mean to interrupt, if he's making that type of money and able to give that type of standard, and he's busy like that, like, yeah, he's gonna be constantly meeting women, and just the way that the male brain is set up, like, yeah.
Yeah, to an extent. Yeah. I think from
Oh, it's
experience.
unanimous. Okay, now here's a flip question before I get back into the super chats. Would you rather have a loyal, average, a vacation once a year type of dude, or a dude that's going to take care of you financially, but he's going to step out every once in a while?
Can you start over there?
Yes, of course.
Well, I don't need your financial support.
Okay.
So I don't really care about that.
Okay.
You know?
So you would choose the average dude? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Same way.
Same way?
I would rather have someone who's like committed
Okay.
than someone that's just gonna take me on vacation.
Okay, let me go back actually. Who's your like number one, I don't know, person that you look up to and that's like a superstar to you or you admire the most?
Jeez, I don't know. Like that, I don't really know, to be honest. Like a celebrity that
It could be like a celebrity, yeah.
I don't think there's like a celebrity that I'm like, wow, like I really look
There
up to
is
that
no
person.
celebrity crush.
There's a celebrity crush, but I thought you were talking about somebody that I look up to like individually.
Well, yeah, celebrity crush. Yeah.
Celebrity crush, like Jake Gyllenhaal. All the
Okay.
way. I don't know. He seems
Jake-
he seems trustworthy, but he's not like the hottest out there. But he seems trustworthy. He seems like he has those eyes.
Okay, so Jake comes to you. He says, "Hey, I really like your style. I want to go a couple of dates. Y'all go on a couple of dates. Y'all hit it off. Y'all have a good time." He says, "Look, hey, we can continue this, but I will step out every once in a while. Would you be okay with that?" Got him. All right. Echo. Now back to you. Who's your like celebrity crush or like the top 10% or top 10% of guys to you personally? Do you have like a guy that's like, oh my God, if I ever saw this person, I would go faint type shit?
I really don't. I've actually
Okay.
never put thought into that. I really don't. I don't think I have like a hall pass kind of guy.
Yeah,
Or
okay.
anything like that.
Okay, you don't.
No.
Okay, you don't have like a favorite crush on, I don't know, I'm just throwing out names.
Oh, what's that?
Drake.
What's that guy from Vampire Diaries? This is so basic.
Oh, I met him.
Ian
That's so
Summer
funny.
Handler. or
Yeah, yeah,
something
yeah.
Like that?
Ian, yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Okay. Ian walks up to you. Y'all hit it off. Y'all start dating. Y'all having a good time, et cetera, et cetera. And then he's honest with you and says, hey, I really want to continue this relationship with you, but every once in a while I will probably step out on you. Would you be okay with that? Gabby, your turn. All right. Would you rather have a
The
guy?
answer is yes. All of us would.
All right, thank you. Let's continue on. We got the UK economic. We got, please ask your science major guest if the number of sexual partners can affect long-term pair bonding for females. I think she rolled her eyes. I can't
wow.
see, so I can't even see her eyes.
No, I didn't roll my eyes. I was just thinking.
That's a good question, actually.
If they can affect long-term pair bonding.
Yes.
The only pair bonding that I've studied is, I don't want to like talk about all that, but I mean, like really, like I don't think anything that I've studied like said anything about that, so I can't really say yes or no.
Okay, got you. Moving on. Josh, bro, I was trying to stay quiet for the rest of the show, but what's up with all this damn science?
Because somebody asked about the damn science.
Exactly,
so we
somebody
talked
asked about it, so we
Gotta
talked
have
about it.
science behind the facts.
Okay, yeah, let's catch up to these super chats now. C. Hens, thank you for super chat. I really appreciate that. He says, it's crazy because when I didn't have that much money, I had sex the most. I was smacking everything and it came easy. I was a janitor, but when I started having money, it became harder for some reason. What are your thoughts on that? Or do you have any thoughts on that?
I mean, he's either an attractive human being or he's known for having a decent sex game. Because what did he say? He said it's crazy when I didn't have much money, he had sex the most. Yeah. So maybe he lives in a small town and he's known for having good dick. I don't fucking know, but shit.
All right, so let's jump into the topic. Let's jump into the topic at hand so we can wrap things up. Okay, for you, I'm gonna just go down the line. Do you believe in interracial marriage?
Yeah, I do. 1,000%.
Okay.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a half, so yeah.
Oh, okay, got you. So you personally have dated people outside your race?
I'm mixed. So when you say outside of my race, not dated, no. Tried to date, yes.
Okay, got you. And it just didn't work.
I think I'm just too aggressive. I only play to a certain demographic. So.
Okay. And what's that demographic?
The black demographic. Like
Okay.
everybody that I've dated, I've tried to do white guys, I've tried to do Asian guys, I've tried to do Indian guys. Like I've tried. But I think that my personality doesn't just play very well in everybody's cultures. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha. Okay.
I have not, only because I've been in the same relationship for almost 6 years.
Okay.
And before that, I never really dated.
Oh, wow.
I mean, I
okay.
dated like short term here and there in like high school, I guess.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, I've been in a long term relationship, so I haven't really been out.
Got you. In the streets. And for you?
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, like it's kind of hard when like you're half. Like I don't know what you would consider like outside my race. But I don't know. I mean, I've only like been in, like a couple long-term relationships, and they were, you know, both like Caucasian males. They didn't work out. But, you know, I don't know if, like, I would necessarily need to date somebody that's also, like, half Korean. Like, I don't think that has, like, that much to do with it. I think it has more to do with, like, where you were raised, how you were raised, interests, things like that. Okay,
because he said you shouldn't do no interracial marriage. So I just wanted to get your perspectives on that. But here's a follow-up. So for you guys personally, I'm actually just starting on this side. For you, a high-value man, you said, is someone who, what, again?
I don't know. All my stuff had nothing to do with money, but then you made me think about money.
Oh, yeah, because I was trying to quantize. That's why. That's all. I was just trying to quantize. So, again, when it comes to, like, beauty standards and when it comes to, like, being beautiful, quote, unquote, do you feel a pressure to be beautiful? And do you feel that guys look at beauty too much?
1,000%.
Okay. Why do you feel like that?
Because somebody's outside has nothing to do with their inside. That's 1,000%. I feel like if somebody looked across my Rolodex and like my thing, I don't necessarily have a type. I deal with people according to like what they bring to the table, their personalities and things like that. Guys, you know, most percentage of the time have a type because they're just looking at the exterior. They don't, and then they get so attached to the exterior and then they go down this crazy 30-day, 60-day, 90-day thing. Okay. And then they're heartbroken at the end because you're looking at her fucking exterior like an idiot.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I feel like if a guy doesn't think that if they're not attracted to a woman or think that they're beautiful in their way, like whatever they think is beautiful, they're not going to go up to them and get to know them. Okay. So someone could be like the most amazing person and not be the most attractive to their standard, and they won't go up to them.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, that's...
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like, men are visual creatures.
Yes.
And, yeah. So, yeah, I mean, like, I think that's a thing. And I think, you know, with social media, yeah, it's a lot of pressure to, like, look really good. And here I am with, like, my fucking, like, wet hair from this photo shoot. And I'm like, don't look at me. So, yeah, definitely care too much. But that is how it is.
Okay. And for you, do you care more about meaning, like, yourself and how you want to portray yourself in the world, or how to be more attractive to other people?
I think I mean, I would be lying if I said I didn't care about both. Yeah, but I think a lot of the times a big reason I do it is so I can feel good about myself and get out there and be confident.
Okay. And now I'm gonna just go back this way. Same question.
Yeah, I mean, I do my makeup, my hair, the way I dress. That makes me feel good about myself. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I do look at other, you know, the Insta model, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And like, you know, like if they do something a certain way that I like, I mean, I'll copy
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. Okay.
So
And then for you as well.
We're talking about like trying for men.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like there's a major pressure to try, but because I'm an anti-conformist, I'm like, no, fuck you. Like, I'm gonna force you to like figure out how to like me outside of me like being prim and proper and like all those things. So
Okay, let's throw out some interesting questions now. Do you think it's a man's place to tell you your place? That's ultimately the topic. Basically, Kevin Samuels is definitely known for.
all of us just looked at each other like, bitch.
He's definitely known for a woman coming onto show and saying this, and this, and thinking she's, I guess, up here, but in actual reality, if he was to quantize things, she's actually down here. Do you feel that it's a man's job to do that?
I think it's a nice reality check if you care about the male's perspective in that way.
Okay.
It's nice to know, like, not to say what you're up against, but like what's going on in the male mind.
Yeah.
Or just because I'll just say, even people that watch that guy, like, that's a very small pond.
Yeah.
In the perspective of the world and everybody else that lives in it. Like, that, what we're talking about it's not a small pond. I don't mean to be offensive like that, but it's a pond. It's not like all the other ones.
Okay.
So to think that somebody can give me that opinion of what I need to be, what I need to look like, how I need to behave, and that's what's going to get me a man, it's like, no, like, that maybe that's what's going to get me a man in that pond, but there's a whole bunch of other ponds.
Okay, hold on. Okay. So you don't think majority of guys feel the same way, act the same way, think the same way?
I'm going to go with it's a good like what we're talking about of alpha males.
I don't even like using that term, but more of the high value stuff, more of the a guy likes women who do X, and X.
Because there's like a turn that's happening, I'm going to go with saying that that's a good 35-40% of males.
Okay.
I'm dead ass. Like,
okay.
You can have as many people as you want to, but those, even when you have 100,000 views of people agreeing with you, that's a very small pond compared to all the motherfuckers on this planet. You know what I'm saying?
Got you.
So, yeah, you can have 1 million views. That's still a small pond. It's
Got you.
1 million. Yes, it's a lot. But when we're talking about all the people here, that's a small freaking pond.
I got to push back before I even go down the line. So you don't think that as a lot of dudes get together in this one sphere and they all agree on certain things that they want a woman to have, you don't value that as a woman?
If I don't value what you value, no.
Okay. And there you guys have it. And that's the problem.
Simple.
Yeah.
Like, I might not just like, I was watching our old videos. You telling like a bitch has to have like a number of 5. Like, what in the fuck? 5 bodies? No, there's no way that my value system is the same as that.
What do you mean? No, explain.
You telling me that I have to have 5 bodies?
No, I'm not telling you.
Or a woman that is like high value.
I'm gonna keep it a buck right now. No guy wants a girl that's just been slung around everywhere with anybody.
I agree with that, but I think that there is a level of having a healthy sex life and not being like a prostitute.
Got you. Yeah.
No guy wants to be with a prostitute, 1,000%. I don't want to marry a prostitute either. But like a healthy sex life is a healthy freaking sex life.
Again, I don't think you're looking at it through the lens of guys. You're looking at it through the lens of you and females.
But that's what I'm saying. There is a turn that's happening where there are men that understand that women can have a healthy sex life. And there are men that still want to hold on to, no, bitch, you better not. You know what I'm saying? So there's a pond here, there's a pond over there, like.
Okay. Let's agree to disagree. So I don't want to leave everyone else out. All right. So what are your thoughts? I done forgot the damn question now.
I know, I kind of did too. Okay. Wait, say it again.
Okay. I forgot the question. Seriously. So for you personally, do you feel that it's a guy's place to let you know the reality of the situation of what men want in general?
Is it a guy's place to tell you who to be, basically?
No.
Okay.
I feel like only you can tell yourself.
Okay.
You know, but I feel like in some some ways that like somebody could be on a whole different level and like not in touch with reality.
Okay.
And so there is some kind of, I mean, I feel like, yeah,
Okay.
but they can't be, I mean, they can't say you're not as attractive as you think you are. You can't,
Okay.
stuff like that. I feel like that's
Right.
Okay, now this is where I have to disagree. So for women, that may be true. Women communicate indirectly. Guys, we don't communicate indirectly. We mostly communicate directly, unless we're trying to have sex with a female. Well, let me preference that.
Okay.
So if we're talking to other guys, we're going to be very direct. We're just going to say what we feel what
Yeah.
we say, etc. But if we're talking to a girl that we are not trying to have sex with, we're going to be direct as well. So I don't think the how you say it matters more than actually what you say. And I feel like I think that a lot of women get the I don't like how he said it instead of the actual message of what he said.
Yeah, I just don't feel like it's anyone's place to tell you what you think about yourself.
Got you. Okay.
I mean, I wouldn't tell, another woman like, okay, chill, girl, and I wouldn't want a man to
Right.
come up to me and be like, okay, slow your roll. You're not
Yeah.
even that cute.
Uh-huh.
Like, I
Okay.
don't want to hear that, and I feel like no girl really wants to hear that.
Yeah, I feel like nobody wants to hear that, but that's not even the question. The question is, do you feel that it's like a necessity that a guy should do that?
No.
Okay, got you.
Yeah, I mean, like, I agree with that. I don't think that you need to tell anybody like how they should be. I do value like men's opinions. Like, yeah, like
Right,
if they
exactly.
like if my guy friends like tell me like, so, I mean, I don't
Hold
think
on,
they
your
ever
guy
have.
friends. Go ahead. No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay, sorry. But yeah, I do value that opinion, but at the end of the day, if it's unwarranted, if I'm not asking for the opinion, or if anybody's not asking for the opinion, then, don't give it. Like,
Okay.
it's fine.
Okay, got you. Now we got some super chats to get into. It's probably gonna be a lot. Oh gosh. All right, med. We got a super chat from Yeet. He says, "Med school lady is capping. She will care about finances when she got all that school debt." The eye emoji.
I mean, you don't know my financial situation. Like, as an independent like woman, like I don't rely on parents.
Yeah,
or
shots fired
anything.
back.
And also at the same time, like, yeah, you get all that med school debt, but then you know how much you make when you're out.
Oh.
So
I'll shoot back for her. She says you got a little dick. All right, let's move it on. House of Matrix. Nero chick, the only cure for the streets is self-respect. Ooh, this is a good question. Actually, let me ask you just really quickly, really briefly. Do you feel that giving yourself out easier versus holding yourself not so much is in and of itself self-respect?
Yeah, I mean, I think it goes back to the value thing.
Okay.
Like when you hold back on the demand, there's
Uh-huh.
a demand for something, and you hold back that you.
Oh, you increase
Yeah.
the value of it. Okay. I like that.
I'm
Actually.
gonna pass. I don't have really an opinion on it.
Okay, got
An
you.
opinion.
So can you restate that question?
Okay, so the question, well, he says, House of Matrix, he says, Nero, the chick on the cure for the streets is for self-respect. So I giving out a question of, is holding yourself from other guys or from guys in general, sex-wise, is that going to increase your value or keep your value? I mean,
I think that depends on the situation, right? So,
Okay.
like, I don't think you necessarily like have to hold yourself back, and that means that you're gonna have higher value. Also, how would they know? Like, how would they know?
yeah.
So like,
True.
so I don't know.
Most girls don't give their true body count.
It depends on like the circle that you move in.
Yeah.
Like some
Yeah.
girls like move in the same circle, and they like move from guy to guy
Yeah.
in that same circle. So
Yeet sends a super chat. He says, Don, explain the wall and ask if they think it exists. This is a great question. Do you know what the wall is, ladies?
no.
Okay, so the wall just basically means when you start to decline in value to the opposite sex.
Wall and ask.
Oh, what? No, and ask, does it exist? So do you feel that at
Oh,
some
okay.
age you start to
In the wall.
decline in your value to the opposite sex? Not your value to yourself, but to the
I don't
opposite
think
sex.
so. Not as females.
You don't think so? Not as females?
No.
Okay. Why you don't?
I mean, there's cougars out here living their best lives. There are divorced women out here living their best lives. So no, because we were blessed to have the body parts that we were blessed to have. Like, no, I don't
Okay.
think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with her.
Okay. That you don't decline at a certain.
No, I don't think so at all.
Okay.
I guess it really just depends on how. I mean, if you carry yourself well, stuff like that, then
Ugly is ugly and cute is cute.
yeah.
Fellas. Oh my
I
god.
think you can be a fine woman and like older than you can look better than somebody younger than yourself, or vice versa. So it's kind of hard to say, but like at some point, yeah, I mean, I'm sure you would decline to like a younger male's, you know, what they would value.
Period.
But yeah, it just kind of depends, you know, on the dude's age or like what they're looking for, and you know, you can be a bad bitch in like 70, whatever.
Yeah. No. That okay. What you said is true, but I don't think you are putting it to the frame that it actually should be. That just matters only a little bit. Majority of guys, even though they did a study about this actually, that even though you age up as a guy, your demographics of girls kind of still stays between a certain age of 18 to I think 27 or some shit like that. Yes.
Yeah, and I was thinking about that, and like, yeah, I think to an extent it is true.
You said the older a guy gets, their demographic stays the same.
Meaning what they're attracted to kind of stays the same in age wing.
That's weird.
All right, let's continue. All right, let's get through the super chats and then we can finish up. C Hen says alpha male gets cheated on as well. It's just a rat race from the start. Okay, thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate that. No, that was just a statement.
Just a rat race from the start.
Boogie the Trainer says, all I see is a group of modern women who don't understand what men value in women. Feel entitled and gonna end up with pets and 50 bodies. That's not true. I definitely don't think everyone's gonna end up with 50 bodies. That's crazy as fuck. All right, Yi sends, Don mentioned men with submissiveness and you look disturbed. Men are gatekeepers of relationships, and it's your fault if you can't keep a man and end up alone. Hold on. This is a great question. So basically the statement is women are the gatekeepers of sex and men are the gatekeepers of relationship. Do you agree or disagree with that statement, and why or why not?
So women are the gatekeepers of sex, and
Yes.
men are the gatekeepers of relationships.
Yes. Yeah,
Like,
interesting.
I
yeah.
think I would say like it leans more that way, yeah, but
Okay.
like not always. No, like, you know, I think I've like seen examples of both in both sexes. So,
Okay.
You know.
Okay.
I think it depends on the relationship. I mean, it can be the opposite.
Okay, what do you mean?
Not-
What do you
I
mean?
mean, like,
Men being the gatekeepers of relationships? That's crazy.
I mean, are they meaning like they're the ones that are gonna hold the relationship together by?
No, they're the
keeping
ones that like
their-
make it official.
Yeah.
Okay, so yes on that, I
Oh,
guess,
okay.
but not the whole women with sex thing, because I feel like some guys don't have the same sexual. Some men may not have the same sexual or sex stamina as the other woman, so it might be the woman.
Okay, hold on. Let me make sure I'm saying this correctly.
Maybe.
So the statement is women are the gatekeepers of sex, meaning majority of the time, again, I'm speaking generally, guys will come up to the girl. Now, off rip, if you're like, okay, let's just have sex.
Yeah.
He's probably just gonna have sex.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be no, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I mean, okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, I get that more now. I took it vaguely, but
Got you.
yeah, okay, yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
I guess
So you agree? Okay.
Yeah.
Missy?
Say it again. Sorry.
Women are the gatekeepers of sex. Men are the gatekeepers of relationships. Do you agree or disagree, and why or why not?
I believe that
we gotta
women
wrap
are
up.
the
We gotta wrap up.
gatekeepers of sex 1,000%. It's debatable, but I know how it majority goes with relationships. Yeah, so I guess for the sake of it, I'll side with the guy.
All right, let's continue. All right. Boogie the Trainer says, this is a question for you. He says, does the woman in yellow honestly think that men who value himself and works hard on his purpose will choose her with 50 bodies over a woman with 5? That's an honest question. Go ahead.
First of all, I think it's weird when men are obsessed with body counts.
Why do you feel like that?
You're a fucking weirdo. Sorry to be so vulgar, but like you're a weirdo. Like you're not even my type in the first place if you're obsessed with that type of thing. Purpose. There's plenty of men with purpose. What did he say? Did he say something about spirituality? No.
Uh-huh.
Honest thinking man values himself. hard on his purpose. Like, what the frick is your purpose with your t-shirt off? Okay.
Just shoot shots fired right now.
Yeah, I think that high value men value me because they see what I bring to the mother freaking table. Okay. So whether I have 50 bodies, I do not. But if I did, yeah, like, what?
All right. So closing thoughts on the high value versus value as a guy telling you, or not really telling you, but letting you know if your value is what you think your value is.
No, again, I think that goes back to the pawns. Like, just because you feel like, I should be a certain way doesn't mean, like, we're just not meant for each other.
Yeah.
Like, it's just simple as that. Like, I don't have to be for you. I would love to have a masculine man in my life, an alpha man in my life, but that doesn't mean that I want every single alpha man that walks into my life.
Of
like,
course.
Maybe we just don't work together. You don't understand my value system. That's cool. I don't understand yours. That's cool too. Like,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
So you said on the whole.
I said, so closing thoughts of the overall of a guy telling you basically what you should be like versus how you actually want to be.
I don't.
To put it in a nutshell.
I don't think they should have an opinion.
Okay.
I mean, that's just I just feel strongly about that. I just feel like I don't want anyone telling me what I should look like, what I should be like. I feel like that's up to me and me only. And if you don't like that, then we don't even have to know each other.
Oh, okay. Got you. So, a pushback question. So, for you, when you are dating someone, do you try to necessarily, I wouldn't say change, but would you try to, I guess I would say change. Would you try to change a guy that you're dating to kind of fit more of what you want from them?
No, because I wouldn't date someone who I'm not compatible with, or I don't have the same, like, I feel like if I'm trying to change them, then I don't have respect for who they are. And I'm not going to date anyone who I don't respect who they are, what their personality is. And I feel like I would get to know that before I got into a relationship.
Okay. Got you.
Yeah, I think like any relationship that I've like rushed into, then it ends up both people trying to change the other because you never got to know that person in the first place. But I think if it's a relationship where you really got to know that person and you understand that you work together, then at that point, like, you don't need to change that person. You don't need to know what their values are because their values already match. And, I also don't think you need to be giving your opinion on what somebody needs to be doing. Like, life is too short to care about that. So,
like, if you're giving your opinion, it feels like we shouldn't have even, like, been hanging out in the first place. Like,
Okay.
if you're trying to, like, oh, you need to change this, or I don't really like that, like, that means that we shouldn't have gotten past, like, the third date.
Okay,
know
so
what I mean?
let's say you're dating someone and you I guess I wouldn't call it I guess I would call it step out of line. And he's like, hey, you're being a little too masculine or aggressive. You need to tone that down when
I
this
appreciate that.
context
I can
or whatever.
respect that,
Okay.
actually. Because I know that I can be. Like, I've been saying it all night. Like, I know that I can be. So I appreciate if somebody's saying, hey, I don't like the way that you're talking to me. You're being too aggressive. You're being too masculine. Whatever word you want to use. Like, I appreciate people telling me that I don't like the way that you're talking to me. I think that that's appropriate rather than being like, bitch, fuck you. Da, da, da,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
going back and forth
Of
with me and
course,
trying
yeah.
to meet me. Like, I'd appreciate you just telling me, hey, I don't like that. You need
Okay.
to chill out.
Okay, so what are your thoughts about that as well? Like setting boundaries, basically a guy
Yeah.
setting
I
boundaries.
feel like they should still, they can have their opinions on certain.
You feel strong about this.
I do. I mean, they can come. There should be open communication about things.
Yeah.
But so, like, talking about like relationship stuff,
Mm-hmm.
then yes, they can say, I don't like this, I don't like this. But when it comes to appearance, personality, stuff like that, then I think that's a no.
Okay, so they keep saying it's not your place. And
yeah,
then-
I mean, like, I think it's very hurtful for, like, I would never, like, go after my significant other like that, like, being like, you need to change this, you need to change that. Like, if they're disrespecting me or we're being disrespectful towards each other, then yeah, like, that's something that you should talk about and you should work on. But if it's something like, I don't like what you're wearing all the time, like, you need to change up your style or whatever, yeah, I mean, at that point, don't be with that person. Like,
Yeah.
just don't try to change somebody.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's get what? Whoa.
No, I was just saying that goes back to what you were talking about, like trying hard for a man or just trying to like, appease them or whatever earlier. I feel like that's why I try to be like a little bit of an anti-conformist, because I want you to get to know me.
Gotcha.
I don't want you to like judge me based off of how I dress, how I like behave or whatever. Like I want you to know my heart.
Okay.
And once you get to know my heart, like that's me.
Okay, got you. Now let's get to the super chats and let's wrap things up. All right, MK47 says, if body counts were public, would you be more cautious with who you sleep with? That's a great question. We can start this way actually, because we keep starting on your side.
Okay, so you're saying like, would you be more careful with who you sleep with or how many people
Both.
you sleep with?
Let's say both.
Yeah, I mean, I think that if anything was public, you would be more careful. I think that that's how that goes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if there's a guy and he says like he's been with like 100 different girls
Uh-huh.
and he's like 25 or something, I'd be like, okay, that's a lot.
Okay.
But you can't judge. I mean, you can't judge anyone for it. I guess I'd have to get to know them
Okay.
rather than just base it. That's like saying like basing a girl off of the way she looks. You can't just base a guy off of how many girls he's had sex with.
Here's my pushback to that. I think you actually can judge somebody for that. So, for instance, if it's a man who has sex with 100 women, that means he's probably a man of some type of substance, meaning that a lot of different women find him attractive.
Yeah.
So he probably has a lot of different qualities that overall a lot of women find attractive.
That's not the same for a woman?
Huh?
That's not the same for a woman?
Not really, because the majority of the time, if you even just kind of cute, guys will want to have sex with you.
That's
What do you
not
mean?
my
Like-
fault. Okay,
We're like,
that's not
what do you
my
mean?
fault that y'all's wieners work like that. Like that's crazy.
Okay, but yeah. So, but the question for you.
Sorry, say it again.
Let's skip it. All right, because I want to try to wrap this up. All right, Demon Gratify says Gabby's body count is higher than Wiz Khalifa.
I feel like Wiz Khalifa has a low body count. He looks like a little
No, I think they mean Wiz Khalifa smokes, so he's high.
Oh,
So your body count is higher than.
that's so rude.
Any shots back? Just shoot your shots back. Just tell
I
me
don't
you
give
got small
a
dick.
fuck. I get more than you do.
All right, the UK says, in regards to body count, I think it's based on the higher quality man having to pay for your lifestyle, while past men did not have to invest in you. Ooh, what are your thoughts on that?
I think that's according to each girl, because to say that nobody invested in me, that I allowed to be in my space, that's very presumptuous for you to even say. So I don't even know how to really answer that. Maybe you can answer that.
Oh,
better.
no. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, I don't know.
You don't even know. It's talking about you don't either.
So, okay, honestly lost the question.
Forget it. The night's getting long. All right. So, closing thoughts and final thoughts. What'd you think of the show? How'd you like it? Look,
I liked it. I feel.
probably the people you don't like, the show you like, the people you don't.
No, I mean I liked it. I feel like that some of the people, they had good questions and whatever, but yeah, I don't fucking know.
I think it's like good to
been a
like
long
see
night.
what the feedback is, so I can like know how people think. But like I don't know, maybe you have a certain audience. I don't know, but I think
97%
people
males,
who are
yeah.
like people who are like, oh, like this is useless, like we're not getting anything out of it. I mean, I think that's kind of, I don't know, why do you think because maybe we're not conforming to like what you're expecting us to say. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's always like good to get different opinions, and obviously it's just three of us here. I'm sure there's lots of other opinions out there, but I really liked it. I think it's good to talk about these things.
I'm reading the comments. I
Oh,
should have
God,
been
no.
reading them the
All
whole
right.
time. It's so interesting.
No, that's not what we're finna do. All right. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. If you want to follow them, the links will be in the description below as well. Can you say your Instagrams for us one time?
Sweetest things I never said.
It's at Echo Blue Sullivan.
Okay.
At sarah.wenzel.
All right. And if you peace.